What is going on out there, peeps? All right, let me get back into what's happening in Iraq. Not a bunch of huge news going on over there. Look at something very interesting is I'm noticing even more Middle Eastern countries are now starting to talk about this Arab peace agreement. All right, other ones. Something is definitely happening over there in the Middle East, and it's pretty big. I've been trying to dig up more stuff on this because it all ties into everything that we're hoping for. All right, so in essence, there seems to be not seems to be we are in the process of a global currency reset. But man, I can't help but notice there's a lot of countries buying into what Trump's trying to sell, or I should say Jared Kushner, okay? And that is peace in the Middle East would bring so much prosperity over there. And that's including in some really screwed up war-torn areas. I don't know if you guys are aware of this or not. There is open public slave auctions happening in Libya and Yemen. Literally happening. You could go on YouTube and watch them. It sickens me to see. These are the same locations that were, what's the best way to put, so-called liberated under the last administration. But to see them out there in the public open auctions for slavery was really sickening. So I'm really crossing my fingers that we're going to see some legitimate, real peace in the Middle East. How realistic is that? I am not sure, but my fingers are crossed in hopes that it will happen. All right, you guys, look, I cannot stress this enough. Forget what you're seeing in the market. The fact that I'm watching the comics and seeing what's happening in that thing, plus all of the big dogs, hedge funds, billionaires, royal families, all making a huge move on the comics right now. So much so that the comics usually deals with about 46, 47 sites that produce and provide to them gold and silver have more than doubled. And that includes areas in China. Very interesting. This means they can't keep up with the demand. This is good news for some of us who are holding on to gold and silver. So make your move. And if you decide to buy precious metals, please give our friends over there at Money Metals Exchange a consideration. The link is in the description. Follow it. If you buy more than $100 worth of precious metals, use promotional code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y, and get a free ½ ounce of silver. Can't go wrong there, you guys. All right. Pimpy's Investment Chat is a Facebook group with the same name as the YouTube channel. In here, we do talk about investment opportunities, including gold, silver, cryptocurrencies, as well as foreign currency investments. No politics there, please. Bring that over to here, which is the hidden things in front of your eyes. Over here, you could talk about politics. You could talk about QAnon. You could talk about current events. You could talk about Trump. It's okay. All that stuff is here. You could talk about false flag events, chemtrails, the whole 9 yards. Do that here. Just be respectful of one another. As you all are aware, I do have my own Twitter following. So if you could, the descriptions are in the description is a link for all of these. So come join me over here. Okay, you guys? I'd love to have you there. So let's get into what's going on in Iraq, because I do think this is weird that this goes on. You have these Iranian people. You hear me talk about them all the time. The Iranian people, the Iranian-backed politicians, all crying that they want they want the United States out of Iraq, but yet they keep doing crap like this. If you hit somebody from the United States or you kill one of their allies, you're not only not going to get them out, but you're going to get an onslaught of them coming in there. An IED attacks target of convoy logistics support companies in the Sharia al-Shadda area. Don't know how to pronounce it, sorry. So what happened was, they were bringing an explosive device exploded on a convoy carrying containers for one of the logistics support companies that had withdrawn from the Camp Taji, the beginning of the Shulay Highway north of Baghdad. So this is what I'm talking about. That these people are talking about that we want United States out of here, but then they turn around and do something stupid like this. Okay, so they targeted it. Not a whole lot happened, but one of the vehicles got some shattered glass, the whole 9 yards. An explosive device targeted a large carrying wheeled vehicle belonging to a company contracting with the coalition forces to transport logistic equipment on the highway. So that's what happened. It got hit. Okay, so again, I just don't understand the theory behind this. The damage to civilian, will that was traveling beyond the convoy a great distance, and injury to of a civilian who happened to be in the explosion. But I don't think there's any deaths that were reported. Okay, so there's some injuries there. The presidencies of the republic and the ministries discussed three challenges and plans to confront them. So what are they? A statement by Al-Qadimi's office received by the news, the two sides discussed the general conditions of the country, politically, security, and economically, and the challenges and plans to overcome them. Again, I keep telling you guys, Al-Qadimi is no joke. He absolutely seems like the real deal Holyfield. And I'm having a feeling they're going to do anything and everything they can to remove any obstacles out of the way. This is what we want. Okay? They want to make sure there's a fair, free, and transparent election. So we'll see. Iraq to reopen borders for trade, bring back sports and dining. That's right. Somebody's trying to get away and stop dealing with the Rona. We're seeing this happen everywhere. Not everywhere. Democratically controlled cities here in the United States continue to keep us in prison. What's only a slight opening. So what's going on? Iraq is reopening its land border crossings, restaurants, hotels, and bringing back sporting events without the spectators. The Prime Minister said on Monday, 3 days after it recorded its highly daily increase in the coronavirus. So it's not as bad as we are being told. As a matter of fact, the CDC downloaded to a bad case of the flu. That's right. Do we talk about that here in the United States? No. Did you know that all the 161,000 deaths attributed to coronavirus have been redone? The CDC said the truth of the matter is only 6% of those, which is just under $10,000 or $10,000 patients have actually died from the coronavirus specifically. But that's not talking about in the mainstream media. But anyways, you can see countries everywhere starting to open up. In the United States, we have not just cities, but entire states moving legally to do away with wearing the mask. We need to open up the economy. We have less than 10% unemployment. It's just barely over 8%. This is good. So the fact that these people are opening up their border crossings, restaurants, and so forth, what does that mean to their economy? Well, it can only strengthen it, which is good for your currency. The stronger the economy, the stronger the dollar. That's what we want to see. For me, I also, short and long term, the more they open up via their economy, as far as that, I got stock. I bought stock over there in Iraq. So when I see that their economies are open up and the banks are doing good and the hotels are doing good, these are the two areas, banks and hotels, in which I own a lot of stock in. Yeah, open that crap up, man. Okay? Just be careful about it, but just so you guys know, it's no worse than the flu. We've been told that. So Al-Qadimi discussed with Souley the preparation for early elections. The results are true expression of the will of the Iraqi voters. And I'm happy about this. So again, Iraq has been working closely with the United Nations as well as the United States in lining up what they need to do to make sure these elections are as transparent as possible, free and fair, and that the people being voted into office are there because they were placed there by the Iraqi people and not by a rigged election. This is what we're looking for. You can see down here, Al-Qadimi and Barham. Oh, hold on. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I don't know. Every time I do a video, I sneeze. So they discussed the preparation for the sectors to hold early elections and everything that would ensure the integrity and safety of the election process so that the results would be the true expression of the will of the Iraqi voters. That's what you want, not just in that country, but everywhere you want this, okay? And that includes here in the United States. The upcoming battle of parliamentary committees and financial minister and the deputies accuse him of insulting the parliament. So again, some people are just really super touchy. And so apparently this man had said something that had offended some people. But anyways, the Minister of Finance has many indicators regarding the nature of his management in the financial files, not taking the advice of proposals received from the competent parliamentary committees, in addition to his uttering phrase that are not appropriate for the House of Representatives in the last meeting between legislative and executive authorities, although the House of Representatives is only the one who voiced to him. Okay, so no big deal, nothing big happening, but this I like as well. The Supreme Committee issued several decisions, including opening of all land ports and increasing the work hours. Again, this is increasing the amount of money that is coming into Iraq. This is what we want to see. Again, get away from only relying on oil revenues and opening up the borders, the land ports, and do what we need to do to make sure there's other fees that they can earn. Again, this is because of them opening up the restaurants, sporting events with no spectators. I mean, and dining areas, the whole 9 R's. And then, of course, they're following what is known as, the safe distancing. But nonetheless, they need to open up. Okay, you guys. So this is exciting. There's a lot of things happening. Nothing major. Nothing major. This again, it's the same stuff we're talking about. Anyways, I just kind of want to report it in what's going on in Iraq. No major things happening yet, but still, the fact that they're opening up their economy is both good for our currency investment as well as those of us who are in the ISX. Feel happy about that. All right, you guys. If you like the video, hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I surely do appreciate it. And I'll catch you later.